It's Simon and Lee Anne here on Loving Life. I can't even speak. Loving Life Now for our topic this week, hiding in the herd. Now, I'm going to do some sharing so you can talk for a little bit.
Over to me. All right. Well, thanks and welcome to everyone that's joining us on this evening's Facebook Live. Great topic, hiding in the herd. We had to postpone this one a couple of weeks ago, so we've rescheduled it for this evening. And of course, we've just flown back into the country today from Singapore.
Yes.
So a bit lack of sleep from the plane flight home,
a little bit.
But looking forward to tonight's Facebook Live. So as you join us and come on the Facebook Live, just pop your details in the comments. Let us know you're here. We'd love to welcome you this evening to our live as everyone starts joining us. So let us know who you are and where you're from. And
I'm just doing some sharing here.
Lee's just sharing it across our other pages. So if you've just joined us, pop your name in the comments. Let us know you're here. Say hello. Hi, Tara. I can see you're watching there, so we'll give you a wave back. There you go. Who else have we got out there that's joined us this evening?
Hi, Jet Setters.
Tara says, hi, Jet Setters. That's us. A couple of days in Singapore. It was great, but back on the Gold Coast.
Only for a few days.
Well, maybe a week.
No, it's less than a week.
Less than a week.
We leave on Tuesday.
So who else we got there? We've got Marie says hello. Monique says smiley faces. Hi, Monique.
She's happy. All right, I'm going to close that and just one more share.
Awesome. So again, welcome to our Facebook Live this evening. If you've just joined us, pop your name in the comments. Let us know you're here, where you're joining us from this evening. I'd love to say hi and welcome you to our Facebook Live. We've got a great topic this evening. Of course, hiding in the herd. We had to reschedule this one from a couple of weeks ago. I had to cancel with short notice, so apologies for that. And
Debbie Sue, hello.
We've got that topic tonight as we return from our week in Phuket and a couple of nights in Singapore. Had some great fun there. Janet says hi. Hi, Janet. Hi, Debbie Sue. How are you? Everyone's good.
That rhymes. Debbie Sue, how are you?
Debbie Sue, how are you? It does. So again, if you've just popped on, we're just waiting for everyone to join us. The numbers are going up. Kathy says hi. Simon Lee Anne.
Hello,
great to be here. Hi, Kathy. Jeff Nixon. Welcome, Jeff. Glad you could join us this evening for our Facebook Live.
Almost done here. Getting there.
And we will get started very, very shortly. Tammy. Hi, guys. Hi, Tammy. Great to spend the time with you and your lovely man, Paul, last week.
Lovely man.
Jeff says hi, folks. Debbie Sue, hi again, joining you from the Highlands, Highfields in Queensland.
Oh, cool. Hey,
Ida. Hi, guys.
And Georgia. They're all jumping in now.
Awesome.
Very cool. Well, we might as well get started.
We will get started. We're back in our studio.
We are.
It's been a while since we've done a Facebook Live from the studio. Last week was by the pool in Phuket, which was pretty cool.
It was.
We've done some from the pool in Singapore previously, and here we are tonight on the Gold Coast, back in front of our studio wall.
Yeah, so let's tell them a bit about our trip before we get started. So we headed into Phuket. What day was it? On
last Tuesday.
Tuesday last week. And
hi, Leanne from Auckland. Hi, Shani.
Had some team coming in to get their filming done, so that started on the Wednesday. And
hi, Perry. Hi.
Yeah, we had lots of fun. Who was there? It was Robin and Lindsay, Tammy and Paul.
Kerry and Terry. Both separate, of course. Kerry and Terry.
So that was fun. Got to do some quad
bike Policeman Pat
riding. So we've got some videos we can post about that.
We did.
We got to hang by the pool, have some fun. And what else did we do? Oh, we had a bit of a change last minute. We were planning on staying in Phuket.
We were going to go down to a Western resort down the bottom of Phuket for the last couple of nights and hang out down there on our own. If circumstances were that, the distributors went home, we we're going to do that, but we changed our plans. Yeah,
Rachel and Shane were heading to Singapore, so we decided to change our flights and head over there too. So I had some fun there, stayed at the Western, which was really, really nice. Went and had beautiful Japanese dinner on what night was that? The Sunday night.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Dee.
Monday night did Shane's favourite Mexican.
The best Mexican in Singapore, according to Shane.
Apparently. And then yesterday we had a massive day. We went to the beach club.
We worked all morning.
Yeah, we did. And then we went to the beach club and had plenty of cocktails. Then we went and watched Bad Boys movie. Had lunch. And then
we stopped in at the Mexican place again, just to get another hit of Mexican. And
So it was good fun.
And then we went and saw Bad Boys for Life, which was great.
It was great
in the gold class in Singapore.
And then we jumped on the plane and headed home.
We did.
And here we are.
So yesterday we were heading to a cinema. Actually, we would have been in the cinema. Well, not this time Queensland time, but Singapore time.
Yeah.
We were starting watching a movie. So, and here we are now on Facebook Live.
We are.
Talking about hiding in the herd. We certainly weren't hiding in the herd yesterday.
No, we were not.
But look, great topic we've got on the agenda tonight. So, Lee, what's the purpose of the herd?
To keep you in the herd.
To keep you in the herd.
Now, are successful people in the herd?
No.
No.
Successful people are not in the herd. Why do people stay in the herd, or why do they get caught up in the herd? First of all, it's a bit like being in your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. You surround yourself with people who make you feel good in a negative way, really. You know, you can sort of feel better than the bad people, or the bad people can feel better about themselves because they're better than you. You can complain together, whinge together, and just ultimately it doesn't serve you that well being stuck in a herd. And the herd can be all different types of herds, right? Yep. It can be a herd where you're born into a herd in the family, and your family lives a certain style of way and has certain style of belief systems that don't necessarily serve everyone. So that's certainly a big one. The other one is workplaces. Workplaces can be very much a herd mentality.
A herd that you don't choose.
You don't necessarily choose. Well, you do choose to be there.
Yeah, but you don't choose to be with those particular people.
No, you don't. So you're thrust into an environment where you're surrounding yourself with people that may not ideally serve you, but ultimately you're working with them, so you make the most of the bad situation. Mm-hmm. So that's another type of herd. Neighbourhoods. Mm-hmm. You might grow up in a wealthy neighbourhood or a poor neighbourhood or a rough neighbourhood or a middle-class neighbourhood, and those neighbourhoods are a type of herd, ultimately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because people live life a certain way, they behave a certain way, they live a certain way. And certainly there's lots of people that grow up in tough neighbourhoods, rough, crime rate high. So for them they're part of a herd mentality because that's the way they grow up. Mm-hmm. But for them to change that, they've really got to change that thinking.
Yeah.
So the herd mentality can be, quite a vast array of groups, tribes. It can also be clubs. Mm-hmm. You could be in a sporting club that's like a herd mentality where everyone just follows the instructions and the rules and nobody thinks outside the box. So it could be that as well. But why do people stay in the herd? Why do they stay there?
Because it feels safe, because they're not on their own. They've got other people that are similar to them doing the same thing that they can relate to and have as support.
Yeah, it makes them feel good, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're all around the same level. So you can feel good about yourself if somebody else is not achieving as high as you, or maybe they're just achieving similar results. So it builds you up, makes you feel good. People feel comfortable in that environment. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, does that allow you to achieve what you want to achieve, staying in the herd?
No, because what will happen a lot of the time is the other people in the herd will try and hold you where you are. If you try to climb out and they're like, oh, no, come back here. holding your leg.
Well, it's a bit like sheep and cows, right? If you've got a herd of cows or sheep and one tries to leave, what do the cows do? They moo at the cow that's left. They all start mooing because they want that cow that's broken away from the herd to come back. Mm-hmm. And that's
Does
a great.
the mooing help?
Yeah, it does. The mooing does help. The mooing actually pulls that other cow back. It's like they're talking to it, saying, "Where are you going? What are you doing? Get back here!" And cows have that herd mentality, right? And there's lots of animals in life that actually have a herd mentality. It's like the rhinos and the rhinoceros. You either become a rhino, or you live in that herd of rhinoceroses that don't break out. So, do you want to be the rhinoceros or do you want to be a rhino and actually break out of that herd mentality? Mm-hmm. So Lee, certainly feeling safe in a herd. It's like a pack mentality. You're surrounding yourself with people that maybe you feel can protect you if you get in trouble, or they can relate to you, understand you better, because you're on the same wavelength. Mm-hmm. Anything else that's coming up for you? I mean, does the herd's ideals or belief systems, does that ultimately serve people? Is it helpful or is it harmful?
I would say it probably helps them a little bit, depending on what it is, right? If you're in a sports club, it's definitely going to help you to have these beliefs and rules. But it depends on what you want to achieve, because then if you want something completely different, then it's harmful, right?
Absolutely. So if you're looking to create greater results and you're stuck in a herd, and I remember going back to 2008 when I was in a herd. I was in a herd in the business that I was in and thinking, how do I break out of this herd? And, I've related it in my career to, surrounding yourself with monkeys. And when you surround yourself with monkeys, everyone wants to scratch for the peanuts. Mm-hmm. So did I want to stay there and muck around with the monkeys and scratch for the peanuts? Or did I want to go and soar with the eagles? So the question is, do you want to stay in the herd, or do you want to actually break out of that herd mentality? And so I made a decision that I really wanted to find people that were creating greater results, that were living life on purpose, that were leading by example, that had greater levels of integrity, ethics, and values. That was really important, because not everyone that I was surrounding myself with had the same level of integrity, ethics, and values in their life.
Yeah.
So there was people that weren't completely honest and faithful with their partners on what was going on in their work environment or even outside of work. There was people that didn't necessarily serve their customer or their client in the best way. It was all about, at the end of the day, about them and what they could make. So therefore, that's not a serving mentality. It's not a win-win situation. It was all about win-lose. So, that herd mentality, you can get very stuck in that. I've even been surrounded in my life with people that, will take drugs recreationally. And that's not something that interests me. So therefore, that's not, do you want to surround yourself with people that are in that herd mentality around, the choices that they make in life, whether it's drugs, whether it's relationships and being unfaithful, whether it's taking advantage of people in business and not serving, not having a win-win situation. So, though that sort of herd mentality can keep people stuck. And you know what happens? A lot of people in that herd mentality then try and actually play the game so they can live up to the expectations of the rest of the herd members. Mm-hmm. So they'll actually go against their values, their integrity, and their gut feelings, and do things that they mightn't necessarily normally do because of the herd pressure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you ever had that in your life? You had situations where you've surrounded yourself with people that weren't serving you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think most people have probably had that at some time in their life, for sure. So while we're talking about that, guys, if you want to share with us, where is there somewhere maybe now in your life that you feel like you're in the herd, a particular area, or somewhere maybe in the past that you were in the herd and you're no longer there? So we'd love with you. I can't speak. Can't speak today. So we'd love for you to share that with us. So
pop your comments in. Yeah, let us know. Is there, like I said, my story. There's lots of them. If I reflect over my life, there's stories of environments that I've been caught up in that are like a herd mentality, and it's taken a decision to break out of those and then go in a new direction. One of them was my first career. I worked in retail for 12 and a half years. And I decided one day that I didn't want to continue going down that path because it was a career that wasn't serving me. I didn't see my kids enough. I always worked public holidays and long weekends. And when people were off at Christmas and Easter, I worked. And it was this mentality that there was that expectation on you as a manager in business to go and do that. There's lots of comments we haven't.
I just realised. I'm thinking that. Sorry for my hand on there, then, but I realised
wasn't scrolling.
There was scrolling.
So let's just go back and read through some of these that people have put up there. So we've got. I'm just going to scroll back a little bit. They pull you off the ladder rung as you climb up. Said D, absolutely.
Hey, Agatha.
Charlotte says
hello.
hi as well.
All right, cool.
All right. So then we've got Jeff Nixon says. Learnings follow the leader to their death. Was it Lemmings? Lemmings, sorry. Lemmings follow the leader to their death.
Hey, Sally.
Sally says hi. Jody said, unfortunately, my family bring me down. And sadly, I've had to disengaged from them for this exact reason. Yeah, look, I can totally relate to that as well in different situations. Debbie says, I reckon it depends on the person and where they're at, their mindset is at. Some people are happy to be in the herd and others like us who do not.
Absolutely.
Brett Hudson says, I'm so ready to spread the wings and fly.
Awesome. Tammy says, love that analogy, Simon, whatever analogy that was. Debbie Sue's replying to Jodie's comment, congratulations, Jodie, for taking a bold move. I know exactly how that feels. Stay strong and they will come around eventually. Dee says, yes, games, no thanks. Janet, every time I go back into school settings, I feel part of the herd. Yeah, that's definitely a big herd, is school for sure. It is. Tammy says, yes, definitely in the woe is me herd many years ago. So glad I woke myself up and left. Peggy says, hello, Gilbert and Colette.
In New Zealand.
Hello.
Yep. Agatha says,
was trapped in a herd through hospitality. No time for family or only time late at night, which invited a destructive lifestyle.
Absolutely. Gilbert and Colette say, hi. Leanne in New Zealand says, my biggest story is my desire to immigrate and create a better life. We definitely broke out of the herd in taking such a big step with many friends and family not supportive. But it's in that move.
Oh, what happened there?
Flicked the camera somewhere. There we go. We're back. It's that move that found us this business. The opportunity for our kids are endless. So we're breaking away from the herd has brought us endless blessings. And that's so true, Leanne. And that was the story I'll go back to in a moment. Agatha says, life has totally changed since removing myself. Charlotte said, family try to keep you safe, but to your disadvantage. Yep.
Gilbert and Colette, people don't even realise they're in the herd.
Well, that's true too. Some people don't. And so I'll go back to the story back in 2008 when I went searching for something else to get out of that environment that I was in. And when I found that other thing, being this business, in fact, people actually questioned it. And they're like, what? What are you doing? Why are you going to go and do that? Sorry, I'll put my hand over the camera. I'm just trying to reposition this. From the phone. So the people were questioning, why would you want to do that? Is that going to serve you? We think you're crazy. All sorts of, they wanted to form their opinions on you by doing something different. And then when you bump into them down the track, might be 2 years, they go, "Are you still doing that thing?
Yes.
That thing you did, Yeah, you still doing that thing? You're doing that thing too?" So herd mentality can be quite destructive if you allow it to be. But somebody commented earlier that, a lot of people are very comfortable in the herd, and they can be. Mm-hmm. And look, life is about living, but it's also about living to your fullest potential. And some people get stuck in a herd and they just go through the motions. So they live life, they survive, they go to work, they come home, they do the same thing, the same routine. And it's like a treadmill. Mm-hmm. And that won't change. And unless the individual wants to change, right? Mm-hmm. What's that saying, Lee?
I don't know.
What's that saying? That's saying about, do you want somebody else's, you can't want somebody else's success.
More than they want it.
More than they want it themselves. So if they're stuck in the herd and they're comfortable there, it's not until they get uncomfortable and make a decision they don't want to be in the herd that they're going to do anything about it, right? So how do you break out of the herd thinking? What do you do? You've got to first change your belief system in order to change the cycle. But why don't people do it?
It's too hard.
It's too hard. And also they fear the unknown. So they're fearful of, but what if I do this and what if none of my friends like me anymore? Mm. What if I do this and my family disown me? What if I do this and I fail? What are the other reasons? What are some of the other reasons that people fear breaking out of the herd?
My brain's not working.
They fear success.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They fear actually getting out of the herd and creating success that they mightn't be able to cope with it.
No, absolutely.
They don't know how life's going to be because they've always had the comfort of the herd around them. So herd mentality is quite a few more comments. You can start reading those.
Dee says, that thing, haha, sounds familiar for sure. That thing is totally life-changing and amazing in line in line the treadmill of life previously on in a successful career, no doubt. Peggy, as we get older, we don't mind being different. In fact, we thrive on being different from the herd.
Yep.
Leanne says we were created for a purpose and our job is to find what that is. It takes faith and courage. Peggy, they are scared they might fail.
They are. And that's an interesting one. You know, we do have a purpose in life, and our purpose in life is certainly not just to survive, right?
Yeah.
So it's not to work to survive. It's actually to create a life, a comfortable life, and enjoy what we're doing. And then most definitely a lot of people do get comfortable in the herd and don't want to move out of it because they don't want to extend themselves. They don't want to stretch themselves. They don't want to leave the herd because all their friends are there.
Yeah.
And that can be a big thing for a lot of people, is choosing that is the environment that I'm in and surrounding myself with conducive to where I want to be going.
Mm-hmm. There's a message here. So Michelle says, so excited to be part of this herd. Finally like-minded, beautiful people, no competition, no pressure, totally up to me and my journey. Belief systems are all so programmed into our paradigm. We have watched our parents work hard. We think it is the norm. Not the case. Changing the paradigm is so important for the future of our children. Susan says they are comfortable being uncomfortable. Choose your comfort.
Yeah, and there's some great comments. So if you've got some other comments that you'd like to share, pop it in, and we'd love to hear from you. You know what? Whether you've had a herd situation that you've broken out of, whether you've emigrated from another country, whether you've totally picked up your family and moved interstate to create a better life. You know, that's breaking out of the herd, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're living in a particular town or a particular city somewhere and you've decided that location's not serving you, your children, your partner, your work environment, your relationship, and you've decided to go and move, then you've broken out of that herd, and that's a great thing to do. And I'm sure there's lots of people that have experienced small things and big things like that, just to go and create a new reality. Yeah,
absolutely. So any other comments? While we're waiting for some comments, bit of an update, guys. So while we're in Thailand, we've scheduled a tour.
We are.
We're doing a tour around Australia. So yay!
We're doing live business presentations for our online business.
Yay!
All around Australia. And the first one kicks off next Wednesday.
What day? The 11th. Whatever the 11th is. I think that's
Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday the 11th in Melbourne. So anyone that's in Melbourne and wants to meet us in person and find out a bit more about what we do, make sure you do pop us a message up and let's have a quick chat before then. Any distributors that are on the line, we look forward to seeing you guys in Melbourne. We're also doing Gold Coast, Brisbane, Adelaide, Sydney and Perth.
Yep.
There is going to be some other events in other countries too, like there's going to be New Zealand, there's going to be London, Canada, South Africa. We won't be at those ones, and Las Vegas. But definitely you're welcome if you're in those areas still to attend the event. So excited.
Peggy says, I'm very excited about the tour. Tuesday the 11th, of course, is next week in Melbourne. Thanks, Peggy. Just confirming.
I'm just going back here. Okay, so Dee says, love being here too. Thank you. Love your community and mentorship. Asa says, and New Zealand. Michelle says, yay. Leanne says, another herd I broke out of is gone vegan. Lots of unsupportive people there.
Wow, okay.
Peggy's excited. Tara, can you see my comments, guys? It's gone a fade colour. We can see you, Tara.
We can see the comments, yep.
You're there. We see you. Ida, we'll see you there. So Ida's in Melbourne. We'll see you, Ida. Janet, very exciting. Dee, very exciting. And that's it.
And these presentations are not a training event. They're designed to invite guests along who have looked at our business, who maybe are sitting on the fence and stuck in the herd, and they're looking to break out of the herd that they're in and find a new tribe of people that are actually serving themselves and going in the right direction, and they want to become a part of that tribe. That's a good analogy, isn't it? Get out of the herd and join the tribe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't
create your own tribe.
I don't see a tribe
don't
as
have to
a
join
herd,
a tribe.
Yeah.
Tara, we left the herd in Townsville back in 2000 to move to the sunny coast. Best decision ever. Some of those people are still doing the same old thing.
Absolutely.
Debbie Sue, I don't know how you say that. Looking forward to seeing you about. Nikki, Brett and Nikki moved from Melbourne to Brisbane. It was all about the kids and lifestyle. Definitely a great move and wonderful lifestyle we have now. Peggy, are you both going to all Aussie?
Yes, we are. Lee and I are going to all, except I'm missing one.
Yeah, we'll see you in Perth, Peggy. We'll both be there.
Yep.
If that's what you're asking, because yes, we'll definitely be there. Janet, love how this business is always trying new things. And Brett loves this tribe.
Yeah, it's a great tribe to be a part of, that's for sure. Charlotte says, that is Super Simon. Love the tribe.
Super Simon. I used to call him
That's what
Super Simon. That used to be my nickname, Super Simon.
Super Simon. Yeah, so love the tribe. That's right. Break out of the herd mentality and find a tribe that serves you. And I think ultimately that's what we have here. But just in some final closing comments about the herd. The herd affects individuals that are in it, so they all play an effect on each other. They create a mentality of lack of confidence, helplessness, frustration, confusion, ultimately suffering, but they also have jealousy and competition in herds, and that's driven by ego, and ego plays a big part in a lot of situations. And if people are coming from ego, then of course they're not using their higher self, not coming from love, that's for sure. They're certainly coming from a self-serving place as opposed to what's best for the wider community. Mm-hmm. And I think it's always important to ultimately be coming from a place of how can I best serve everyone, and how do my decisions and what I do impact the greater good of everyone, and is it win-win? That's a really important one. Is it win-win? Any decision you look at, is it win-win? Is it win for that person, win for that person? If it's win-lose, then you never go into any situation or deal like that. So that's sort of my final take on getting caught up in the herd and hiding in the herd. So my advice to anyone who's watching the replay of this, or on our YouTube channel, if you're stuck and hiding in the herd, break out of it. You really want to find a way where you can actually leave the herd, find that tribe of people that's actually creating the results, the lifestyle, the success that you'd like, and learn what it is that they do, and go and join that tribe that are going to raise you up and develop you and lift you up and create leadership attributes. And, that's the people you want to surround yourself with. Or
if you can't find your tribe, create one of your own.
Yep, that's true. But for some people, that's hard too. What do I do? How do I make that happen? So find people that inspire you. That's the big thing. Find those people that inspire you, learn what it is that they do, hang around them, learn from them. How do they behave? What do they do? How do they respond to situations? How do they show up? And that's what you want to do. You want to find those people and model yourself off them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's certainly something I've done.
You have?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Michelle, why are you texting me? We're on the Facebook Live.
We left our beautiful family in England to come back to New Zealand, said Gilbert and Colette. Michelle said they tend to also stick it to the man. Never them, always someone else. That's right.
So I'm going to answer Michelle's question. So yes, we did say South Africa.
Yes, they are doing an event in South Africa.
Yeah.
Janet says, thanks for inspiring me. You're welcome. We left our beautiful family. I read that one. As I said, are you both coming to New Zealand?
It depends on the date, so we're not sure at this stage.
Not likely at this stage, but again, it depends on the date of the New Zealand event.
They might be the same date as another one.
Yep. And we've got commitments here with other events, so we might have to do New Zealand on the same day as an Aussie one. But other than that, it will be held in Auckland. So there'll be a 1.5 hour business presentation for those people that are serious about wanting to learn more about the business. And that's all it's for. It's not a training event. It's just for people to come along. For people to come along and meet some of the leaders in the business, meet some of the people that are actually running their businesses, and ultimately invite people who aren't in the business to come along, who have looked at it and learn about it, and maybe they want to get out of the herd and join our tribe.
Maybe. So thanks, guys, for listening. So the next few weeks, I think we're actually going to be doing our Facebook Lives on a Monday, just due to the events and stuff that we have going on.
Or we might just have to change the days.
We did change it to Mondays.
Yeah, but I mean, do we?
Yeah, because we're not available the other days.
Not Wednesdays or Thursdays?
No. No. Anyway, so we may be doing them Mondays. So, there's a question. We're in South Africa. Not sure, Charlotte. You'll have to wait for an email to come out.
It'll be released.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Enjoy your evening, and don't get stuck in the herd. See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.